Hi guys! Excuse my voice first of all. I am still recovering from this brutal sickness and flu that I had for like the last 10 days. But yeah, I'm finally back. I finally feel energized. I finally feel motivated. One of the things that I love about Barcelona is actually the beaches here. It is just so nice and big and lively, and the water is just so nice and blue as well. So I took a couple of pictures and I am going to be painting one of them in this blank canvas that you see over here, and I'm really excited and I hope you guys can get something out of this video as well. So this look was inspired by the beach. It's super mermaidy. I have my blue romper, I have my little braids on the side, I have a nice bronzed shiny cheeks, and I feel so ready to like start on this painting. This stress relief oil, what is it? Essential oil. I'm just going to put this on the cap or on this woody thing and just let it diffuse and just create a nice vibe to paint as well. Okay, so the first thing that I'm doing is I'm just going to add the base color of the ocean and the sand, because what this does is that first of all I get rid of that white of the canvas because we don't want that. And second of all, it gives me a good idea of what the color palette is going to be like for the details that I'll be adding later on, because these base colors are what we're going to be working with throughout the painting. So for example, over here, I'm actually using that same base color that I used, and I just darkened it up a little bit, and I'm adding the darker parts of the water right now. Basically the shadows that you see in the water. And yeah, all I'm doing is I'm just making squiggly lines, and that's all water really is. At the end of the day, it's just a bunch of squiggly lines, so it's okay if I'm not the most precise at doing this, because it really doesn't matter. Then I'm taking that same color and I lighten it up a little bit, and now I'm going to be adding the highlights. So the highlights go over the top of the little mountains you see on the water, because highlights mean that the light is hitting there. So we want to create the illusion that there is depth, you know, there's shadows and there's light. And this is just the rough like skeleton that I'm doing right now. I'll be adding more details, more depth, more highlights, but for now this gives me a pretty good idea as to how my water is going to look like towards the end. Yeah, so I'm just mapping everything out for now. Okay, what am I doing here now? Okay, so what I did now was that I made the blue that I just used for highlight just a little bit lighter, and now I'm just adding more squiggly lines. And I know this might seem like too much work, but if you look at water closely, you'll realize that there's a lot of shades of blue and green and black and white. There's just a lot of colors going on. So if you want to get that watery look, it's important that we're not just using 2 colors or 3 colors. And this does take up quite a bit of time. I have a glass of water with me to drink while I do this voiceover, because my throat is still in a very sucky situation. Then I took a break from the water to move on to the foam. Foam for me is honestly the most fun part of the painting, because foam is just very chaotic in nature, so you really don't have any order that you need to follow while painting them. It can really just be one big splash of white. And I just took a dry mop brush and I mixed in some. So if you can tell that I didn't start with white, because white is, I'm going to be using that at the end. Like I said, we need to build on the base colors first. So there's a lot of grays, a lot of blue, a lot of brown. So all I'm doing now is I'm just trying to make like this nice base for the foam so that it doesn't look so flat. And at the end, when we add the white over it, it looks like there are layers to the foam as well, because that's how it is in real life, right? Yeah, so that's all I'm doing. And oh, okay, this was so fun. So for the water droplets, we're going to be using the good old toothbrush. never fails to disappoint, and it's just so quick and fast. So to create that splash of water droplets, I'm just using the toothbrush, and I mix the toothbrush with a little bit of water, then I dip it into the white, and then I just splatter it all across. And you can just be completely reckless with this. Now moving back to the ocean, I created an even lighter color from that base color, because now I'm just adding more. From here you'll see that I'm just working on the highlights and the shadows. Now that's pretty much it. I'll be adding more lighter colors, and then I'll be adding darker colors again, then I'll be adding some greens again, and basically just doing these squiggly lines until I feel satisfied with that look of water. And that takes time, I won't deny that, but it's therapeutic for me. I love doing water because there is just no order to it. You know, you can just do whatever you want, and that's my favorite part about doing ocean paintings or beach paintings. Now I come back to the foam, and oh, now you can see I'm adding the white, and it actually looks so poppy because poppy. It just pops out so well. Pops out? Oh my god, what's wrong with me? It just pops so well because of that base colors that we added. And yeah, I also added a little bit of like sand through the foam, because the foam is not all opaque. It has some gaps and you can see sand through it. So that's what I did. I just added some sand, some brown in between the white foam, and I also added some depth. I added some dark like black color below the foam, as you can see, because that just makes it look like the foam is popping outside the sand, because foam does look a bit 3D in nature. And then I go back to water, and then yeah, like I said, for the water it's just the same thing. I'm just adding lines until I feel happy with it, and I'm just going back and forth with the water and sand, because when I get bored with one area I just move on to the next area. And this picture was very nicely divided into half, so yeah. Yeah, and now I'm just really adding details and just fine-tuning the painting, just adding more splashes of water. And really towards the end of the painting, once you have the basic skeleton down and you've added the shadows and highlights, after that all you do really is just work on it. You work on it until you feel happy with the end. I made this mixture of teal green, and I'm just gonna cover up some of the highlighted areas because I feel that there's just too much highlight going on, so that's what I'm doing right now. So useful to have like a white pen with you just for like really small details. So I'm just using that pen and creating a little bit of sparkle on the water because I don't know, I just like being extra. Oh my god, please ignore the messy bedroom, but this is the final painting. I don't have my tripod with me right now, it's upstairs and I'm lazy to go up, but yeah, so these are like some of the final touch-ups that I made. I just made the sea a bit more curvy rather than straight, because I felt like yesterday I was just like making it straight, like I was just doing straight lines and I didn't like that, so I made it a bit more curvy, so you can kind of see the waves going up and down. And I love this painting so much, it's so pretty. And I gloss varnished it. I used this, it's a spray varnish. It just makes life so much easier, and I sprayed like 2 coats of it, and just look at the shine, it's so pretty. Oh, I love this piece. I love the chaotic energy. It's, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I can't wait to be back with more videos and more paintings. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.